To be honest, I really don't know where I needed to start. Yes, yesterday I did not really spoke about my day because I was still observing the situation, but today I took a conclusion. And I would say that I'm quite proud of it because I'm progressing. It means that I'm seeing things faster and that yeah, that is good. That's a good thing. Well, what happened yesterday? It was Monday. I went to the court, and at the court, I was first sitting by the lawyer to ask for a lawyer, and well, the woman passed me, and she was ashamed. She put her head down, and later I thought it will be take a few time by the lawyer, so let me go to the other level because there I did last Friday a claim against the secretary of the judge that he was not allowed to change my lock and that he also did not give me a paper that he did that because they wanted to seem like I was not home while I was there. So till this level they are corrupt. Because of course if I'm not home then they don't have any responsibility, but if I'm home and if I'm standing in front of them they need to follow certain procedures because I complained against it. It was my fault that I was not in my house. It was better for me that I was in my house and that I locked myself up, but I was too honest. I just stood outside with my keys and I spoke with them and they asked me to give them the key. I said of course not, it's my house. So they called the locksmith and they changed my lock. And it was illegal to do that because I had all the proof and all the papers, and because of that they give me no proof, no paper. And it's just also corrupt, and they know that that the whole procedure and the whole court and the whole decisions is actually all illegal based. Because the hotel, because the person that claimed the hotel are not the owners, it's an apart hotel, and you cannot just give 2,000 square meter land and a hotel to someone that's not the owner. Even if there's a law in Spain that says after 15 years anyone can claim to be the owner, it's incorrect. It's a very old law. I mean, you cannot just 12,000 square meters. I mean, come on. And there are people that bought houses in that apart hotel, so it's logical that you cannot just break in houses, open them, occupy them, and then claim them. It's incorrect, Anyway, about that is a different story. Let's continue with the other story. Yesterday I was at the court, okay? So when I went to this other apartment, I sat and a Moroccan man came in, very long. After him, another man, I think French, English. He seems like he has broken hand or something. And the Moroccan man first went to the first room and then went to the second room and then came to stand in front of me. To be honest, it was, I think the Likud Massonin did something, because when he was standing in front of me, he was looking more beautiful than he is actually. And second thing is that when he was standing in front of me, I did my prayings that morning, and I also did Ayat al-Kursi and everything. But when he was standing in front of me, he was standing really in front of me. I mean, it was like he was asking for it, and I started to speak with him. I said, do you know me? Because I said, do you speak Moroccan? He said, yes. So do you know maybe a good lawyer? Why did I ask that? It's because I saw him coming inside with a paper in his hands. And the strange thing is, even if those Lihud Imar Sunin sending so much spies behind me, at that moment I did not become paranoid or suspicious. I mean, for someone that has so many spies behind it, I mean, would almost think like, okay, please, can you get a little paranoia? But I did not get paranoia. I mean, I said, okay, he's just coming for his own things. He's not sent. But last week they did send someone and I recorded it, and it should have been a lesson for Monday, but it was not. So it means that there's something, even if I pray, even if I'm doing Eid al-Kursi, there's something that is really, really sending by them. You know, it cannot harm me or attack me, but it's doing something. It's like it's letting you not see the things how it should be. Because in my case, I should have become paranoia when he stood Paul in front of me, but I did not. I just said, "Do you speak Moroccan?" He said yes, and I said, "Do you know maybe a good lawyer?" Because he was there. He said yes, etc. So, and then he started to ask me questions, and I said to him like, "Yeah, you know, they all play with me in the court. They don't tell the truth or give me my rights." And I said to him also like, you know, because they know that I don't speak good Spanish and that they have no lawyer with me, they try to play with me in the court. And if I ask some information, they don't give it to me. And yes, so he said, okay, he went inside and then he came back. He said to me, yeah, they said to me that your case is in progress. It can take months, so you must wait. I said, it takes months. I mean, it cannot be, you know. He said, yes. I said, okay. And then he went back inside again. I said, no, it cannot take months. They already told me that they would sit with me and do something. He said, no, they tell me now something else. And then probably he spoke with him or something, and then he went inside, and then he came to me, this man, and he said to me that they could go inside. And then he said to me that he dismissed the case. He said, I dismissed the case, but you can ask a lawyer for it. I cannot do anything for you anymore. And then he asked this Moroccan man, where did you met her? Here inside? There's a strange question. I mean, someone that is there wants to help me with translating. And a person that is working in the court asked this Moroccan where he met me. Because, of course, he knows he met me in the hall. So he gave me this paper of that they will not do anything with the case, that it's dismissed. And then this Moroccan said, okay, don't worry, I give you my lawyer, etc. And then he said that he would show me this office because I asked him the number, but he said, no, I will show you where it is. So he went driving, I went driving behind him. Then I went inside, and then the lawyer said that he had not time during the day, but only in the evening at 6. So I accepted it. And then he said he left, but then someone wanted to park and he needed to leave, the Moroccan, very fast. And then I also needed to leave very fast because the other car wanted to get me out because I was not allowed to stay there in that street. So he went and I went behind him because it was already in a rush. And I said, okay, it is maybe better that I say thank you, you know, at least. So finally he saw that I was behind him, so I stopped and he said, no, continue, I've behind me. He put his hand in the outside the car like, come. So I went behind him. And then I stopped. I didn't want to park. I just wanted to say thank you and continue and saying like about the CEO maybe the next day about a lawyer, because he said he would help me with translating. So, but when I wanted to continue driving, he said, no, park your car. This is mine, about the car wash. This is mine. So I parked my car. But it was for me a strange situation because I don't really want to hang or to speak too much. So I tried to look for some papers in my car, like just because I don't know if it was the right idea to park the car there. So then he started to speak with his employee that washes the car. He said, yes, I met her in the court and blah, 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 problem, and And then when he finished speaking, I closed the door. I said, please, can I at least offer you some coffee or something, you know, because I took already so much of your time. He said, no, of course not. You go and have breakfast and don't worry, just have breakfast on me. And they said, no, of course not. It's just if you need coffee, tell me. He said, no. I said, no, thank you. I mean, he was offering me free breakfast and he was offering me a free lawyer. I mean, I said, can you recommend me a lawyer? I did not ask him to pay my lawyer or to pay my breakfast. Anyway, so I thanked him. He said, yeah, I need to leave now, but you can have just some breakfast there. So he left with a Frenchman and a short Frenchman. And then I went to have some breakfast. I want to have some breakfast. And then suddenly, after I think 40 minutes, he came back with this Frenchman and they came to join me. So he started to speak to Moroccan about what happened, and I explained to him the situation, that the Lihud Masinin are behind me. And I put the phone on to let him hear the video of the proof. And he said, and then he didn't want to hear the video. Now, well, he was listening half and he was like playing with his phone and whatever. And then he stood up. He stood up and he went to his car wash, probably to make a phone call, I think. In the meantime, I was speaking with the Frenchman and I said yes, and and blah blah blah. They did this and they behind me and they don't let me function and blah blah blah. And then this Frenchman said, "You want to work by French Immobilier, a French real estate?" And then suddenly they needed to stand up and also leave. And I also stood up. When they left, I also stood up. And I asked him, I said, okay, are you sure that I'm going to see you tomorrow? He said, yes, it's tomorrow, I will go with you, translate for you. So I said, okay, I was happy with it because, in my situation, yeah, it's difficult because in the courts, if they see you're alone, they don't listen to you, they're not afraid then for you. So I said, okay, thank you. And then he left. And then when he left, I asked his employee already washed my car because I paid him. But even this Moroccan said, oh, why? No, why you paid him? I mean, it's just strange that you just meet someone, a stranger, and then he offer you a free lawyer. I mean, you ask for a lawyer and he offer you it for free. And then free breakfast, you say also no. And then free washing car, no. So all free, but I paid all. I mean, I don't need that, I paid my breakfast and the washing car, everything. So it's strange. And well, this employee finished washing my car. I asked him, do you know maybe some company that can do camera on my phone, on my car, I don't need camera in front, behind, left, right. So he said yes. And so then he called him and he came. He was loyal, so he called him. He did help me, so he came. And then I explained to him that I wanted the cameras. And then he said to me, it's better that you go with him. I said, no, it's okay. He said, no, I said, okay. This Moroccan employee, the reason why he wanted me out of the garage is because he wanted to smoke a joint. And I think he was ashamed that I was there, that he could not smoke. He wanted to smoke, but he could not smoke because I just had prayed 50 minutes before. So he was like getting stressed because people that smoke get stressed easily. So he was getting stressed and he said, no, yeah, he's here, but you can go behind him and he will bring you to his store and do it there in his store. I said, yes, I said, but for me it's okay if you just can tell me how much and what it exactly is, then I come and then I go to his store the day that he needs to install it for me. No, you go now. And he was suddenly such a different person, unkind. But at the moment that he was speaking that, I knew that he needed to smoke. I mean, I don't know how I knew it, but I knew, okay, he needs to smoke, I need to go. So I left and I went to the store, I chose my camera and I paid some deposit and then I left. And then when I left, I went to a locutorio. I needed to print something. And I parked my car on a parking place, but they closed it. So my car was locked, so I could not go any place. And he gave me his number. No, he gave me his number, but he did not have my number. Because I said to him, yeah, in my case, it's not good to call so much. He said, yeah, you can just come to the car wash if you need me. I said, okay. So I know, like I knew, like that he I knew that it was close. His car was very close. I don't know exactly where it was. So I did call him once because that maybe he knows that the place where my car was locked and everything. So but when I was in the locutorio, another man came in, and this another man, he was like having such a strange face, eyes and the nose and the face. I don't know what he was, to be honest. I have never seen a Muslim like that. His face, it was like almost like Indian, mix of Indian, Arabic. He was Moroccan, speaking Moroccan, but his face was so different. And he went inside and he said that he needed €20 charge. So he bought the charge. He had a white car. And well, at the moment he was inside, I was calling with the company that closed the parking place where my car was. So I wanted to take a taxi, but he said like he knew someone that I knew, and I said, okay, well, yeah, that is a family, a man and a wife and children, neighbors of me. So my new neighbors, not neighbors, but they live in the same block. So I said to him, okay, yeah, okay, well, thank you. So and then he said, oh yes, I know this car wash, because I said, yes, maybe they're still open in the car wash, then I can just ask there. I don't want strangers to keep them busy for me. I said, okay. And then he passed the car wash. He said, oh, this car wash is from Said. I said, yes, he's such a good man and everything. He helped me by the course, because I thought that this man that I met in the court was the same person, but it was not. Because the man that I met in the court was Sufyan, and the employee that was washing the cars and smoking joints was Said. So he said to me, oh yeah, this car wash I know it's from Said. So he meant the man that was smoking hash and washing cars. So I said to him, no, it's not from him. He's just an employee. It's from Sufyan. He's not always there, He's always need to go out for work. But it was not a surprise, because the day before, the same day, this employee told me, don't think that we are really washing cars, huh? So he admitted himself that it was not really washing cars, but more a washing machine, washing, laundering. So, when he told me Said is the owner, I said, no, he's not the owner. Sufyan is the owner. Said is employee. He said to me, yeah, I don't know who and what. I just know Said. This is what he said to me. And then I went to my house, and then he said to me, oh yeah, I need tomorrow to pick up the children. So if you want, I'm passing anyway, I can take you to your car back. I said, okay, that would be good, because the parking place will be open at 9, so then I can take my car back. So I thanked him a lot, and I didn't felt any shame, because I know that his friends are living next to me, family. So it's like it's like a brother is helping you, So I said, okay, thank you so much. And well, I went back to my car. But when I stepped in his car was really clean, like it was a rent car. It was a white car. I had the idea that he rented that car. I don't know why, but I had the idea. But he did, when I stepped in his car, in contrast to the evening before, he has put it some Lebanese music, from the Lebanese actresses and everything. And I don't like to hear music, because, when you are, I have reached such a spiritual level that I don't like to hear music anymore, you understand? So he had put some Sharqi music, Najwa Karam and this. And I said, like, why he has put in music, because he has also put in it very hard, So I did not feel really comfortable, but well, the evening before I did feel comfortable, but at the moment it was like almost like he did put that music on just to provocate, and yes, I was just, then we would start to speak. I said, yes, this Lihud Masuniyin and everything, and they're not only Lihud, they're also Muslims. I mean, Rami Ayash, I said, Rami Ayash in Marbella has his restaurant. It's opened by him. I said, he's also Masuni. And then I said, these people really think that, they are the truthful people of the world and whatever. And, this is what I said. I said, but God is just letting them do the things and he will come at the right moment. It's just a matter of time, I said. And I think he did not really like that because himself has put in the Sharqi music, from the Arabic Hollywood. So he do not like to hear that I say, like, the world is ending because there's so many Masuniyin now, Arab Masuniyin, that believe in that I and whatever. So so I said to him, like, let them live, and they do not really want God, to pray and whatever. They're just abusing him, but it's just a matter of time. I think he did not really like that, to hear that. So I said thank you and bye, and I went to my car. And when I said bye, he said also bye, but I had not the idea that he would speak or whatever, because I said to him, like, thank you for your help, but it's better that when you help someone, you don't need to tell to someone, because when people, for example, hear that he helped me with bringing me back to my car, especially Moroccans, they will probably speak bad on something. So if you do something good in the name of Allah, it's better that you just, if you are a good person with a clean integrity, you don't need to speak about someone with it, because people always speak bad or make their own conclusions. So he said no, will not tell, blah blah. So I said to him, thank you, Jazakallah, I made dua for him also. And I left to my car, and I said, okay, his face was not saying that he would speak, and then I went to then I took my car and I went to the garage of that Moroccan, because I found out that when his employee was cleaning my car, I was a camera missing. A camera, I had a camera installation in my house, and there was a little camera missing outside a box. So I went back to ask him, and he said, no, I have put in everything in your car. And I didn't want to be unfriendly or to bother him or whatever, but I was sure that the camera was not in my car. So I kept, and I stand, and I was looking, and I was first looking in my car, nothing, and then I started to inspect the garage, and I found the camera between some cleaning sprays. I don't know what they were doing there. So, and then I took my camera. I said, "Okay, thank you." He said, "I don't know what he's doing." I said, because before he said that he has nothing, and I found my camera. Anyway, it was probably just a mistake, but I found it. So he said to me, he was not kind. He was washing the other car, and not really kind to me. In contrast to the first day where he offered me his contact that does cameras. And and anyway, I left, of course, because I just passed for my camera, and that's it. I mean, he was not kind, but it did not bother me because I know he was just a junkie smoking weed and whatever. And so then I left, and I went to do some things, and then I came back because one Moroccan man that was standing there, he told me that this Soufiane, this Moroccan man, was probably still in his house with his mother. And I said to him, yes, it could be, but it's not a problem. I have 6 o'clock an appointment with a lawyer, and I just want to ask him if he really is going to go with me as a translator. Otherwise, I need to make a plan B. But so I went there. I came there, to the garage, and he was not there. So I parked my car, and I parked my car, and I went to make a round, because I needed to find the store somewhere there. So I went walking, and then when I came back walking, maybe only 15 minutes later, I saw some Frenchmen and some, they were looking like people that are in the dealing thing. They were not Moroccans, but they were like old men that are long in that field of work. I know it from their picture. I could see from their picture who they were, and they were Spanish. Yes, Spanish, maybe mixed, something like that. French, Spanish, something like that. So yes. So and then I decided to go to the toilet because I had wudu, but I just needed to wash my hands and my arms and hands to make sure that the wudu was complete. So I went to the toilet and I did the little wudu, and then I came out, and I know I wanted to pray, but I just didn't want to go all the way with my car to the mosque or to the house, because I needed just to pray 2 minutes and then continue my other things, in neighbor. So I took the sajada and I went to the car wash because the day before I prayed there as well when he was washing my car. So I thought it's not a problem. So I kept in walking. And then this employee, this side, saw me and he started to scream, "No, no, not here. No, no, not here. Oh, go, go." And I said, "What's happening?" And I saw this Sufyan sitting next to him, this Sufyan that I met in the court. Then I said, "What's happening?" I said, "Don't worry, I will pray somewhere else. Yesterday you told me it's not a problem." "No, but yeah, you come here in this morning and this and that and when now and this." I said, "I'm sorry," I told him. "It was not my idea to come here. Sufyan told me that I needed to come here, to today." I said, "And this morning I did not come here for anything, only for my camera. I took my camera and I left. And you told me that I need to come back at 3 o'clock to show me a garage where they can fix my car, mechanical. I said, so you told me that. Yeah, no. And I said, and Sufyan, no, we don't, yeah, my wife is complaining about you, that you are here. I said, I'm sorry, but yesterday your wife was passing when you were washing my car, and I told you if it's a problem I would leave, and you told me no, my wife is not like that. I said, and now your wife is complaining. He said, no, you come here and you don't just go to the mosque, wherever, go, but not here. And then I looked at Sufyan. I said, I'm sorry, Sufyan, but you told me to come here, and you offered me your lawyer, and I thought you said that I needed to come here today so that you can go with me to translate. He said, no. Then he became suddenly another person, and he was so ugly in contrast to the first day. It was like this lihud are doing like matching or whatever. And then he said, no, I just offered you my lawyer. I never said that I would go with you. So he was lying. And then this Said, this employee, started to say, yes, and speaking about my wife, and you are this. So this man that brought me to my car in the morning, because he knows Said and he knows my neighbors, so he has said probably to Said that my neighbors have said something, and that's why. And I told this guy that brought me this morning to my car, I told him the Lihud Masunin are behind me, and they're, making problems, sending Moroccans behind me or whatever. So this man probably told Said, the employee, where I live, and who my neighbors are, And this Said started to complain about me, like, yeah, and you, your neighbors complain about you, and everyone knows you, and my wife don't want you to. My wife, blah blah. I don't know. I said, so I'm sorry. I said to him, I said to him, my neighbors. I said, my neighbors. I'm sorry, but I wake up at 6:30 to pray Fajr and to read Quran, and people have no respect. This man that were living there are till 12 o'clock making noise with each other, while there are families with children living, I mean, it's normal that I say, like, please guys, can you please put the volume down, it is normal. No, this is not a house. This is not a house that you are sharing. This is a block with suites, and it means that you are not sharing. It means that you are living in a block, so you need to respect the silence of that block. And I have the right to say, please, can it be a little bit lower? But that's not the only case, because there's also one man living here. I told you before that they're also with the Masuniyin, they're with the Italians. But this story is very complicated. I will tell something about it later. So it is coincidence that I came here, but also not coincidence. That's why I always say I follow my footsteps. You understand? Because it seems that I'm seeing that the world is so dirty, more dirty than I have thought it would be. Anyway, I told him, like, listen, and I looked at Sufyan. I looked at him. I said, I know that the Lihud Masini sent you to me in the court. This is what I told him. I said, listen, someone, because he said that he went there because they have caught him with drugs. So he said that he went there because he need to put a stamp every week so that he cannot leave the country. But someone that is putting a stamp knows where to go inside, right? If you are going every week to a court to put a stamp that you are not traveling, that you did not leave, then you know which door to take. But he did not take one door. He take first the first one and then the second one. Like he don't know where to stamp his paper. So that is one. Two is that he went to speak with someone and that it was not in my favor. Yes. Third is that I asked for a lawyer, of course, and that he gave me his lawyer. The reason why he wanted to pay his lawyer is because he knew that he would give the lawyer the instructions to destroy my case. Because of course they want me not there. So I told him, the Lihud Mission sent you behind me to have a relationship with me. But yesterday I was very clear to your employee side that I was absolutely not interested in any man. When he said to me, yeah, but you must think about a man and marry. I said, why would you worry about something while God even don't worry about? It is God who decides. It's just so simple. I'm not gonna pick out a man off the street just because I need to marry. This is what I told them. So actually, when I let them see that there was absolutely no interest and that I was even willing to pay everything for myself, I mean, I don't need anyone's help, only recommendations. It was like, okay, they like, the tactic is not working. Because they all want me to have a boyfriend. It is so important for them to put me on a boyfriend. Why? I mean, I'm not bothering them by being single. I'm just wanting to do my work, but they're not letting me. But at the other side, they want me to have a boyfriend. They are just doing their best to give me a boyfriend. Well, it did not succeed. So I think that was the reason why he said like, it's not working. The breakfast not, the lawyer not, the whatever not. So the next day, the next day, as I told you when I was there, I told him, you are with the Massonin. He said, yeah, you said everyone is Matanis. I said, no, I said, don't say everyone is with the Massonin. I meet so many people, but can always pick out the right ones. I'm not telling, you meet so many people every day, you're not going to tell everyone is a Massoni. And I'm not telling everyone is a Massoni, but I know to pick those people. He said, you were sent by them. He said, because if you are stamping every week, you know which store to go inside. Second, you destroyed my case. Third, how can I know that this paper that has a name is your name? And I said, fourth, you said to me that I caught you with drugs, hash, 4 months ago. And that you were worrying about this case. And I said to you, don't worry about this case because if you give them money, they will always dismiss you. And then I told you, just go to Algiers and give the judge money. And then he said to me, no, I'm not going to do it now. It will take some time. I said, what? He said, yes, this kind of process can take 4 years before they give a decision. I said, 4 years? He said, yes. But it's a lie. Because drugs cases, when you are caught with hash in a group, normally it don't take 4 months. Normally they take a decision immediately. We have taken this much, and if it's his first time, he needs to pay like a multa. But they lie. So it means that he's sent by the Massoniin, and the Lihud Massoniin knows how to play with jinns, and they know that when he went upstairs that I would speak with him. They knew that I would speak with him. They knew it. And they planned it. You understand? They knew it and they planned it. And this is how you can you imagine that those junoon of them are so many. Are so many. Walking everywhere. This is what you need to realize. So they knew it. They knew it. I would speak with him. And this paper that he has with him to stamp, it was a fake one. It was even not his name. And that he goes to one door and another one while he normally needs to know which door he needs to enter. This is also a fact. And that he's sitting with me in the sun with this Frenchman. And that he does not want to hear an important video. And that he goes inside the car to make a phone call. And then he comes back. You know? He hoped that I would make a relationship with him, because when he left, he said to me, you don't want to marry. I need a good wife that prays. So they gave him order to try to have a relationship with me. You understand? So that's why he said, I need a good. And then I said to him, no, I said to him, I'm not interested in it, and I'm not interested. I just want to make ibadah, for Allah. And that's it. It is like that. And then he said, okay. And then he left. And I think that is the moment that they decided that I was too strong in my decisions, in my opinion, and no one can change that. It is so important for them to give me a boyfriend. So important. They try everything. I need a good wife. I need a good woman that prays, because I also want to pray. This is what he said. Then he left. And I gave him a very clear answer. Then he left. So the next day, they were a totally different person when I was in the garage. No. It's because I spoke with this man that brought me in the morning, I think. And these people here, probably they spoke bad about me. Because I do nothing. I'm just telling people that I need to pray Fajr, and they just don't make too much noise very late, It's normal, no? And I don't know why this family is speaking bad of me, because this family must be happy with me, because I asking those boys that live here just to be quiet a little bit. So this family must also be happy that there's someone that says, okay, children go early to bed and need to wake up early, so please quiet a little bit. Anyway, they spoke bad, and he said to me, no, we don't. And then Sufyan said, no, I don't want problems. I said, what? I said, what is your problem? I just want to pray. Okay, no problem. I cannot pray. I'll go. But you told me to come to the garage. You told me today to come to the garage because we have an appointment at 6. I said, no, you have an appointment. I said, okay, I'm sorry. You offered me a lawyer. You even offered me to pay. And I said, no. He said, no, I did not say that. I said, anyway, no discussion. It's not important. But you offered me your lawyer. You recommended me your lawyer. Let's say that. And you told me to come to the garage, not to call. You give me your number. And I didn't want to give my number. And I said, because it was better to speak, because they're following me. It's just because I know they're checking my phone 24 hours. So I just don't want other people to bring other people in problems. So that's why I took his number. And I said to him, well, maybe you can take another number, not this number, because he had a smartphone, and they can enter the smartphones. So this is the only thing why I said that to him. So then he said, when he was sitting, no, I did not say that. I said, yes, you said that. I said, but it's not relevant. It's not relevant. But you told me to come here. He said, yeah, but we don't. And he said, now you changed 190 degrees. He said, yeah, but we don't have problems. Why he say that? I said, you work for the Massonin. He said, you say everyone. I said, yes, but you work for the Massonin. I said, and this French man that was with you, he knows Vuitton. And he's sitting in the Paolo. And when I said that, he looked with his head down. Like, shit, she knows too much. Because when this Frenchman was sitting with him, I saw things in front of me. I get information. I don't know where I get this information, but I get it. It's just, I don't know how, but I can make the organization in my head. So I know this Frenchman knows Vuitton and Da Paolo. you know? So I have it right. And when I said that, this Said employee, he had like stress and he started, yeah, could you leave now? Because of course they think it's funny that I'm so smart, you know? Anyway, I said to them, what are you? You're worth nothing. You're all working for the Lihud Masunin. I said to them, I said, we want money. You want money? I can give you money, no problem. I said, does zero working for 4,000 euro for a Lihud Masunin? I said, if you want, I can give you very good premium drugs contract of Holland. I said, and it's not about 4,000, it's about 20,000, 30,000. When I said that, of course, they had like a little smile on the head while being angry. Well, he was angry and yelling this side, but Sufyan tried to calm the situation and to close the door and blah blah, that he cannot attack me and whatever. Because I said the truth. I said, listen, you tell me about people where I live. I said, but they have no respect. They speak till 12 o'clock and they make noise at 12 o'clock. I said to him, well, I need to wake up and pray Fajr at 6:30, you know? I said, and you come to tell me lesson? You are smoking weed every day and hash and not praying? You gonna tell me the lesson? This is what I said to him. And then Sufyan tried to push him not to come to me and to close the door. And I left, of course. I said, Lihud Masunin, I know. I mean, they are the one that put the money. They are the investors in the mukhdirat, in the drugs. So they are having the mafia under control. You know, if you are the investor of 10 kilo, 100 kilo hash, for example, if the Lihud Masunin are the investors of the drugs, then of course everyone is their slave. And the Sufyan they sent to me in the court, he had not a 10 euro phone. People that really doing drugs business have a 10 euro phone. He had a smartphone, just like the other Moroccan that I recorded it, the dajjal. He has also a smartphone. People that are in those business have not a smartphone. Because the other one, that was the dajjal working for the lead and he had a smartphone, it means that this one is doing the same work. He pretend like he's in the business, of the mukhdirat drugs, while he is actually not. He's just assistant of the man that do all those work. You understand? So this car wash is actually also not from them. You understand? Because the same tactic they're using in La Cañada shopping center. They have there also a car wash where they have put in some Moroccans and a Pakistani. A Belgian man has done that. And they use it for washing the money. A car wash. So it's the same tactic. This car wash of Sufyan is not from Sufyan or from Said. This car wash is just to wash money with the idea of the Lihud Masunin, organized finance by the Lihud Masunin, and Sufyan is just an assistant of those Lihud Masunin that are in those drugs world. Just an assistant, nothing less, nothing more. So he assists them. So he's loyal with the Lihud. Because when I was sitting having breakfast, when he and the Frenchman came, Sufyan asked me if I am a Lihudiya. Imagine how I look like. And he sits in front of the Frenchman and asks me if I'm a Lihudiya. I said no. And then he said, what is that in your pulse? I said, a tasbih. And then he looked at the Frenchman and said, she is really a Muslima. But they were all playing. They were all playing, you understand? So he asked me if I'm Lihudiya. He knows I'm not Lihudiya. You know, that is the first fact that he's coming from that he's a spy from the Lihud Masunin. That they sent him to me. The Lihud Masunin sent him to me. The other is not only that he asked if I'm Lihudiya, but also that he, as I said before, as I said before, Lihud Masaniya, but also Lihud, if I'm Lihudiya. He asked me if I'm a Lihudiya. I mean, he knows that I'm not Lihudiya, so why he would ask that, you know? It's just stupid that he asked something like that. So he was just testing me. This is the only conclusion I can take. I cannot make any other conclusion, you know? And I see the things in front of my eyes, and I don't know where this information is coming from. But this information is coming, just falling down in front of my eyes. And I know the answer then, and I know how it is. I don't know where this information comes from, but it is like this. So there is it. They sent him to me, and all facts are positive. I mean, I family Hudia, that he wants to marry one girl that prays, and all the time speaking about Mary and whatever. So they give them the order to try to make a relationship with him, to try to make the good boy, you know, the good boy that wants to pray and want a woman that wants to pray. They want to try it now in a different way. First, they send people with a tactic to bring me out of the roads, you know, nightlife, etc. And now they use another tactic now, because they see, you know, I'm trying to cover myself, to put bad people away of my road, you know, just because when they see that you are wearing hijab, then it's more difficult for bad people to come on your road, you know. So now they play it with a so-called Moroccan one that looks for a woman, that one that prays and blah blah blah, Mary, you know. They try everything, as long as I'm not single. They do not want to keep me single. Try it with a bodyguard, try it now with a husband. And I said to this Sufyan and to this Said while they were sitting, I said, don't worry, I will go pray somewhere else. And what have you reached with this Lihud Masunin? 4,000 euro, I said, send them behind me, you know. What do they want from me, you know? And then Sufyan said, it's not better for you to go back to Holland. I said, these Iranians, you know, that also work for the Lihud, the Iranian Jews, also said that to me. But I'm not leaving the Costa del Sol. Why would I leave the Costa del Sol? For what reason? And then this side stood up and said, I will call them now. I will call them now. And I said, 3,000, 4,000 working for the Lihud Masinin. I mean, what have you done now with that money? I said, premium contacts of Netherlands. It's about 30,000 euro, not about 4,000 euro, I said. And Sufyan had a little smile on his face while trying to keep Said inside the door, not to attack me, you know. So this is it. I cannot. And then I left. I said, you're nothing. You are the slaves of the Lihud. And the reason why I know that this Sufyan is not having any position is because he's having a smartphone. And a smartphone means that he's just a spy for the Lihud. He's just a dog for the Lihud. Because if he really was an important person, he would have at least a phone of 10 euro that has not GPS or that has not any information that can be trialed. You know, if you are doing that work, you will not have a smartphone, you know. So it means that he's only a kind of assistant, kind of assistant. And this is clear why they sent him to me, to the court. But it's very interesting to see that they're working for jinns, that even if you pray and say Quran Ayat al-Kursi, there's something. Because he was standing in front of me, he decided to come really stand in front of me and not to go more further. Normally I would get suspicious and say why he's standing in front of me, but I did not get suspicious. The second point is that they let him become more beautiful than that he is, Because yesterday when I saw him for the last, he was so ugly, unbelievable. I said, oh my God, he's just another person, you know? So this is the second point, that they let them make more beautiful. And the third point is that they do not let me at that moment become paranoia. They just let me speak, you know, because normally you would get paranoia. Why this person is standing in front of me, you know, and then you would not speak to a stranger. But they make such sihr of jinns that even if you pray and say Ayat al-Kursi al-Quran, you start to see someone beautiful and you start to speak. You start, subhanallah, wallahi. So this is my conclusion of the day. This is a very important conclusion, that someone that is praying and that is doing Quran, that is having iman, that they are able with their sihr of jinns to bring a spine in front of you that looks more beautiful than that he is, and with who you start to speak. Well, normally you would not start to speak with anyone after such a bad experience a few years. So this is the conclusion of the day, and this is the lesson of the day, that they make it unable to become paranoia or to become suspicious. Well, all the facts are giving the proof that you should be, you know. So this is the conclusion of the day. This is a very important conclusion, that for the future you need to have more consciousness about it, to avoid that this energy that they are using, how to avoid this energy, you know. It's such a strange, how can someone that is praying and doing Quran be still influence it, that you see someone more beautiful or that you start to speak? Because normally if you pray so good, you would not speak with a stranger, but they let you speak. They sent him and they let you speak with him. So this is the conclusion of the day. I cannot make it better than that it is. And then I left. But the only problem is that they recommended me a company that is doing camera installation. And I need to go back to that company Monday. So I don't hope that they will destroy my camera or do something bad or whatever. And the lawyer, I did not go to the lawyer at 6 o'clock. I cancelled to go to the lawyer. Because it's his lawyer. Why would I go to the appointment? You know? But I cannot cancel the appointment of the cameras because I paid, you know, a deposit. And it's important. So I hope they will not destroy that. I hope the installation will continue to be good, that they will not destroy the installation. But if he does the installation, I will make sure that he will do it correctly, not that they will try to not to do it good so that I will have problems or whatever. So this is it for today, actually, that they coming people on your path, and you always need to choose the people yourself. You always need to choose the people yourself, and you should, people that come stand in front of you, you should not speak with them, you should avoid them. You should go to a place yourself. By example, you need to buy flowers. You go to a special store to buy flowers. You speak with the person there. Yes, then you know that this is safe. But when someone comes look for you or come on your neighbor, and with all these things that I said, you should become suspicious. If you don't become suspicious, you should know that it's not normal not become suspicious, that there's something around you that is influencing that. When I was in Puerto Banús walking with a camera, the police did not want me to walk with a camera because they know that the camera records invisible energies. And they know the Lihud Messanin are only working for that. So that's why I was not allowed to use a camera. And this is how a story becomes complete. And this is actually the lesson of the day. And this is actually also a new information about the time we are living in, and how important it is to find out who you are and what you think, because other people can influence if you think. That's why deen is so important, and to keep on that restrictions, because how can you know that you are the one that speaks, or that you are the one that thinks? It's something invisible that you cannot see. So it's very important, and that's the lesson of the day, to stay on your restrictions and your deen, and in the meantime to choose the people, to look for the people yourself, and to be suspicious when people come to you, because this is a time when we are living in, and I cannot make it better, unfortunately. So this is it, and nothing less and nothing more. Well, let's see tomorrow what brings us today again.